And the sound effects on this TARDIS are amazing when it's switched on. I am the original Sontaran. I am Lynx. Get the Lynx effect. Hi guys, welcome to another review. And as you can see in front of me today is the Pyramids of Mars Collector's Set. Yep, that's what it's called. Won't be too long in this review because my battery is dying on me, but I will give it a shot anyway because I've lost my charger. Anyway, so the packaging is slightly different to the packaging we've been getting. Basically, the only difference is the logo is slightly different, but really, I think it's pretty cool actually. It's alright, it's a little bit, it's got the actual Doctor Who theme music kind of in the logo or whatever, so that's kind of cool. Yep, so the box is really nice. The back, obviously there's loads of artwork and whatnot on the Pyramids of Mars. Really good. Thing to note about this particular set, it does say includes Jackal Head Sutekh and 2x Guardian mummies. So the fact that it says includes Jackal Head Sutekh points to the obvious that there is going to be another Sutekh release soon, and obviously he's not going to have his jackal head showing, he's going to have his mask on, so that's one to look out for. Anyway, so that's the box pretty much. I will crack on with opening this set and yeah, be back in 1 second. Okay, so let's get to it. As you can see, I've displayed my new Sutekh figure with the rest of my Pyramids of Mars collection. If I just move Sutekh out of the way a little bit, as you can see, obviously the gold robot that came with the set, along with a mummy that's fallen over. Yeah, I got 5 mummies, the 2 new mummies, John Baker, or 4th Doctor, with his little thingy thing. It's probably the best collection I've got for an episode, in my eyes, because there's so many different bits and bobs. Anyway, let's get on with the review. So if I move all these old figures out of the way. Right. So then, Sutekh and 2 mummy robots, and I forget their actual names, like service robots. But obviously they're the Guardian ones because they've got gold ribbons on them. Anyway, so if I review the mummies first. Also, just to let you know, the background is what came in the box. Quite a nice display. Okay, so both mummies are identical to each other. They are exactly the same, so I shall review this one. Articulation is exactly the same as a standard mummy robot. The only thing really that's different in these robots is, as I say, the gold ribbon, which goes around the chest, around the mouthpiece, around the waist, around the wrists, and that's it. They are also a slightly different colour. The older robots are a lot darker, whereas these ones are a lot lighter, which I think is quite realistic to the show. Another thing I've noticed is the red triangle on the new one is a lot brighter than the red triangle on the older one. Whether that's accurate or not, I'm not really sure. So, as I say, it's nice to have 2 of these come with a set because obviously, well, there were just 2 of them, so you won't really want to army build them, but it's nice. If they only included 1, it would have been really annoying. You would have to have bought the set again just to get another one. So I'm really impressed with character options for releasing 2 of them. It is really, really good. But let's face it, the most exciting part of this set is Sutekh the Destroyer. You've only got to really look at him and you're just like, oh my god, this is probably one of the best figures they've released so far. The only thing I don't like about it is if you look at him that way, he does look a little bit long in the face, or like a horse that's drooping. But that is like it was in the show. We just never saw it, so let's not, let's not count that as a negative. Just move these out of the way. So yes, let's zoom in so we can see him better. The detailing on this figure is absolutely spot on brilliant. I'm really impressed. It's quite a simple design, but well, it's very effective. His head is pretty damn creepy. He's got his ear type things sticking up. He's got the eyes, which do seem to glow quite nicely in the dark. It's very difficult to get this figure in focus because it's so dark. He's the destroyer of worlds, after all. His gown that he's wearing is like plain black, smooth finish, with a red ribbon round the waist. Interestingly enough, he has his red hands, and again a couple of red bands around just above his elbows, and also underneath his little cloak. The detailing is really good. It's just fantastic. Articulation, the arms can't do a 360 because this obviously is stopping it, but they do swing up and down, which is really good. There is head articulation as well, which is obviously a necessary thing to have. Now the legs, he does have legs, he isn't just hovering, and the legs are obviously, the articulation is very restricted because of his dress, or cloak, whatever. But that doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, this figure isn't going to be a figure where you'd expect for him to possibly be bending on all weird shapes, considering he, in the episode, is pretty stiff. Although, to be fair, he is sitting down in the episode, in the sarcophagus, but obviously this guy is never going to be sitting down. But anyway, so the detailing and articulation on this figure is exquisite in my eyes, is really good. This actual figure gets a 10 out of 10, so it is my favourite figure that has been released thus far. Now, I know he obviously doesn't have his helmet on, which is a little bit of a shame, because we don't really get to see this version of him that long before he gets, destroyed. Yeah, so we are, well, I am anyway, expecting another figure to come, Sutek obviously, with his mask on. Now, being that this set is called the Mars set, I'm expecting perhaps a set to be called the Earth set, perhaps, which would feature obviously Sutek with a mask, maybe the guy in the fez, that would be really awesome, or even better than that, Marcus Scarman. It's a possibility. We've had thingy from City of Death, Julian Glover, Scaroff, so there's a possibility we could be getting Professor Scarman, which would be awesome. This set would just be unbeatable in amazingness then. But yeah, so this set is $19.99. It's an absolute bargain considering you're getting 3 figures. I know 2 of them are obviously just kind of repaints or whatever because they've had a little bit of, they've had a little bit of touching up. I have just noticed actually, if you compare the old mummy to the new mummy, the gold really hasn't actually been added on, it's just literally been painted, so that's why it sticks out, because you can see where, I mean, if I had gold paint I could paint this one and I would imagine it would look the same. They haven't actually given him anything extra, if you know what I mean. They've just painted on the bumps of the robot, which is, fair way of doing it. It's quite a cheap way of doing it, but it doesn't matter because the figures look awesome. So obviously Sutek is a brand new sculpt. Obviously his legs have been borrowed from another figure, I'm sure, but I'm not quite sure whose feet and legs they are. But anyway, what an amazing set. 10 out of 10 for this set. I recommend, if you haven't got any sets, buy this set. If you've got loads of sets, buy this set. If you don't even like Doctor Who, buy this set because it is amazing. And I'm going to buy another one this Saturday, so I've got A1, so I've got one boxed just because that's how my collection is going to be. But yeah, thanks for watching this review guys, and I will see you again very soon with my review of